All right, here we are, game one, DC versus Immortals, and we get right on into this draft. Take a look. Immortals, they've banned out the Nyx, they've banned out the Omni Knight, as well as the Night Stalker. And for the side of Digital Chaos, they banned out Tiny, which was really quickly. It was right as the draft started. And then they banned out Winter Wyvern, as well as the Puck. First pick for Immortals is Rubik, and then in quick succession is Beastmaster and Clockwork. Beastmaster in that off lane has been very strong, and it's going to be quite interesting to see him here with the Clockwork. And then Immortals, they go to their mid laner and they pick up the Medusa. So Rubik, Medusa for Immortals, Beastmaster, Clockwork for DC. That's a 3-4 for DC. And then for Immortals, it's a support with their mid. Anti-Mage banned out, Timbersaw banned out. This is some push strat coming out so far for DC in terms of Beastmaster. It's going to be very interesting to see if they want to fully commit to the heavy push. Maybe go with something like a, well, they can't go with a Nature's Prophet, but something like a Death Prophet over mid. Exorcism, Necrobook Creeps. We'll have to see if DC want to commit to something like that. They could even go Nature's Prophet in the safe lane, but I doubt they'd do something like that. So let's take a look as DC, they're getting ready for their next pick, and some ideas on the board over mid. Viper always available. Could go with the Razor in the safe lane. Invoker mid. Heroes that are pretty popular so far. Let's see, they ban out the Lifestealer, so they do need a mid and a safe laner and a position 5 support. Should be very interesting to see DC and what they want to go with next and how they want to round out this lineup. The same could be said for Immortals with that Medusa over mid. And, Immortals, you see that Medusa from time to time. Sometimes they go with that Ags early. Possibly a Gyrocopter could come out next for either of these teams. Wouldn't be too terrible for either side. Phantom Lancer banned out.
10 seconds. 5 seconds. What'll it be?
So let's see. What's their go-to next pick?
Radiant's turn to pick. Shadow Demon.
So they pick up the Shadow Demon, and we saw Shadow Demon earlier today. And, this could kind of tease towards a core position Mirana. Maybe, it really does set up pretty much anything in terms of stuns, in terms of lockdown. Get a nice disruption, get the Clockwork in there, get the Cogs. Now you've got Tusk, Medusa, Rubik for Immortals, and I think Tusk is that roaming 4.
Radiant's turn to pick.
And there it is. There's that Mirana. So Mirana, Shadow Demon, Clockwork, Beastmaster. Some pretty big damage coming out for them. You can set up the arrow with the roar, with the cogs, with the disruption. So many options for Mirana to really land the arrow, come in, get the Starstorm out. Should be interesting to see where DC end that, and if that's going to be a safe lane or a mid Mirana, and what they want to do in terms of that final pick. Take a look. Immortals, Tusk, Medusa, Rubik. I like this pick from Immortals. It's some pretty nice lockdown in the Snowball, the Ice Shards, the Telekinesis. On top of that, they do prepare quite well for the late game with this Medusa. The problem is with the way DC are picking up these heroes, Beastmaster, Mirana, it looks like DC are not trying to get that late into the game. They're looking to push pretty heavily, and we saw that in the last series earlier today between VGJ, Storm, and Optic, that there were these heroes that were picked up pretty late, and then, or they were picked up to play the late game, and just they never made it. So Tidehunter for that off lane for Immortals. I do like this with the Ravage, with the Stone Gaze. And I do like that when you have a hero that can kind of extend the fights, like a Tidehunter or an Omni Knight. So let's see what these last bans are going to be. Safe lane still needed for Immortals. And then it looks as though either mid or safe lane is needed for DC, and they're going to be the ones who ban out the Gyrocopter. So let's see what this last ban is going to be from Immortals. I would say this is kind of an open draft for DC. They could go with someone safe lane, maybe a CK, maybe a Sven. Wouldn't be too hard for them to really look to stack these camps, go for a Sven, get that early blink, line it up with the damage they've got, and really look to push through Immortals and not let them get to that late game. So Viper banned out, and then they're going to follow that up with a Queen of Pain pick. So that's going to be safe lane Medusa, it's looking like. I've seen safe lane Queen of Pain, so still a little bit up in the air, but Digital Chaos now with their last pick. Mirana, Shadow Demon, Clockwork, Beastmaster.
10 seconds.
Let's see what they want to do for this last pick of DC. Just 47 seconds to work with. I do like the CK. I do like the Sven. They could go with something mid like a Sniper, but they are going to go Tinker, so they are going pretty heavy in the push. Pretty good in the global presence with the Moonlight Shadow and the possibility of Koikva coming over now with Boots of Travel once he gets them. Long-range initiation with Bulba, as well as the arrow from Mason. So safe lane Mirana, mid Tinker, off lane Beastmaster. Interesting lineup coming out from Digital Chaos, and we'll see what Immortals want to do in terms of where they're putting this Quap and Medusa. So DC, they do have a plan for a little bit in the later game with their push.
5 seconds remaining.
Mirana does hit pretty hard towards the late mid game and late game as well as doing pretty good early. We'll have to see how DC try to approach this if they're going for that early aggression as well as the early push to make sure Immortals don't really have the time to get that Medusa online. Here we go. Game 1 between these two teams, Immortals versus DC. And we are underway. So let's take a look, go around the horn. Immortals, it's QO on the Quap, MP with this Medusa, Forev with the Tidehunter, Febby is playing that Tusk, and finally Dubu on the Rubik for the other side. Let's take a look. Clockwork played by Bulba, MSS is playing the Beastmaster, Qualifier on the Tinker, Demon with the Shadow Demon, and Mason with this Mirana. So they're going to be looking for that early arrow. If they could just find a disruption, should be an arrow, possibly a kill. But this is looking like it's setting up on a 4v5. If they do go in on each other, I think the pings are coming out. They might know that they're coming around real deep, especially with the fact that Dubu hasn't spotted them, but that's not going to deter them from coming in even further. Got Demon coming through, and disruption almost comes. These heroes starting to really delta maneuver, try and stay away from the side of DC. If they can just catch one of them with this disruption, they should be able to get the kill with the arrow to follow it up. But nobody getting caught on either side just yet, and there is the heavy retreat from DC. If anybody tries to come for this rune, disruption arrow awaits. So there it is. Bounty runes 2 apiece. Qualifier, Bulba, Dubu, MP. Qualifier looking to set up over mid. And this is going to be up against a mid Queen of Pain. I thought maybe they might switch it up, but MP is going to be here with the Medusa, as well as that Rubik on Dubu. This is going to be up against MSS on the Beastmaster, and not too far away is Bulba. As for the top lane, we take a look. It's Forev on that Tidehunter up against Demon, and Mason looking to set up the disruption arrows, and Febby roaming around right now, missing the Ice Shards early. So right away, here's the cogs coming through Dubu. Going to be got on just yet. No real forward motion coming in from MSS. Just looking to farm, really deterring both Dubu and MP to come through. Forev here, and in between all these creeps, really doesn't have to worry too much about getting hit with that arrow, especially from such a short range. Not really going to matter too much, especially with how tanky that Forev is. Maybe Mirana starts making moves a little bit later into this game, I'd say. You know, get that level 4 or 5, or possibly even wait till 6, get the Moonlight Shadow, and move in and be aggressive from that point on. Take a look over bottom. Febby's made his way over. Let's take a look at MSS with the Wild Axes. Just level 1, he is level 2, waiting to skill up that next point. Let's take a look over mid. Qualifier here, top of the CS chart. QO, only 4 and 2. So half what Qualifier's got right now, and this is a bit of a difficult lane for QO, especially if a rotation were to come through from Shadow Demon and Bulba. That's not coming anytime soon, it seems, as Bulba has made his way over towards top and now actually heads over mid, where he'll find an Invis rune, and this could be what they need to line up the cogs with the disruption, get the kill onto Tidehunter. So Demon's setting up. He's got Bulba coming through with the Invis rune. We'll see if they go disruption first or cogs. They're looking for him, and there is the disruption with the Soul Catcher into the cogs. Arrow to follow it up. So he's starting to get low. Battery Assault locking in Forev with the cogs. They continue to chase, but I just don't think this is going to be enough damage for them to get the kill onto Forev. He's able to survive the onslaught. 2 in Kraken Shell, 2 in Anchor Smash. Really not much damage coming out from DC to get that kill. Sal forced out. QO all the way back behind these creeps. Meanwhile, Qualifier still continuing to push on forward above this Queen of Pain. Top of the CS chart, for now at least, is Forev. Let's take a look over bottom. MSS getting very low. There's the snowball. One more shot. First blood for Febby, as all 3 of these heroes combine to get themselves a kill on MSS. He's by his lonesome self right now, and really in quite a bit of trouble. MSS just about level 3. But again, the gank possibilities for this bottom tri-lane are there until Febby moves his way out, or even Dubu. With both those supports there, it's really easy for them to go in on MSS. You have the snowball shards as well as the telekinesis. It's so much lockdown with the damage coming out from all three of those heroes. MSS is going to have to be very careful going back into this lane and really moving past the tower too far. As for the rest of DC, Mason just continuing to farm up. Top of the CS chart, all three cores right now for DC. So Qualifier just continues to farm, and he is about to hit that level 6. Let's take a look over at MSS, only level 4, and then again, Mason, he's going to hit level 5 soon enough. You take a look at the other side for Rev, he's about to hit level 5. This Dusa is about halfway through towards level 5. MSS going to be lifted up. No snowball, no shards, as over mid already is Febby. You take a look, Queen of Pain killed not too far off screen. Qualifier there with the laser, with the rockets, cleaning up this Quap. And it's even at 1. You see how well DC are really farming. It's a 1,000 net worth lead so far for DC. They continue to keep up the pace of this farm, continue to really not mind about going in on Immortals too much, and they should be okay. Meanwhile, the shards come through on a Bulba. The battery assault is on 2 heroes. Soul Catcher out on QO as well. Qualifier making his way over, probably looking for the laser and the rocket. Scream through on Bulba, but a two-man Cogs. This could be trouble for Immortals. The disruption has saved Bulba. Not dead just yet, but there's the shards to clean him up. Soul Catcher again. Qualifier not enough mana for rockets or another laser. And the Tusk will be able to escape. It's 2-2 after that 1-for-1 trade, but definitely more of an advantage, I thought, for DC getting that Queen of Pain kill, but more gold goes to the Queen of Pain and the rest of her team. So, about 6 minutes into this game, Medusa's farm has been pretty decent. Over on Bulba, there's the Cogs and Snowball. They're trying to drag him back to MSS. There's the Mystic Snake. Bulba getting a little bit low with the Ice Shards there. Wild Axe is thrown at Febby. Battery Assault keeping him nearby. MSS and Bulba trying to make up the space between them and Febby, but now Cogs are going to push away both MP and Febby, but the Mystic Snake's still going to be there. Get Bulba very low. Let's take a look. Smoked up Febby and Dubu. They're actually just going to spot Bulba, who's been in the right spots the entire game. And now the Moonlight Shadow comes out. Febby forced to use that snowball. Sentry placed on the ground. But coming over is Qualifier. Ice Shards to try and block him out. It will be enough space just for Febby to run away. And they are going to end up using this shrine to heal up. I think maybe Febby goes back to base. Shrine's enough. Let's take a look over bottom. MP getting low. Bulba again locking in these heroes. It hasn't led to many kills, but this surely should be one. And it will be, as Bulba all over the map right now. And time after time after time, he just continues to lock in these heroes with Cogs. So 1,000 net worth lead here for the side of DC. I was going to say of Dubu, but QO. Mason coming in. Rockets falling. Thrown forward. There's the Sonic Wave, the Shadow Strike on Mason. Both not enough. So that Queen of Pain going to drop again. You take a look. 0-3-1 already for this Quap. Becoming a big problem for Immortals, and exactly what DC want. They want to keep the pressure on and really start to shut down this Immortals side. With getting that kill on MP earlier, they can stop this Medusa from getting into that late game, getting those first couple of items to really start turning the tides of this matchup.
Is about to take the plunge.
'Cause the battle is about to begin. Prepare yourselves. It's time to fight. 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 It's time
Qualifier level 8 bottle, boots of travel, already able to move around the map with ease. You've got the disruption, MP in a lot of trouble again. The stone gaze comes out, immediately blown up. That was so fast. Qualifier comes in, rockets, laser, see ya later, MP. He says the same thing to Dubu. DC. It's quick boots of travel, it's quick 2 kills coming in for Qualifier on this tanker. My God. Making it look all kinds of easy. Bulba again finding QO. Battery assault, cogs are out. Shadow strike on Bulba. That's going to bring him low, but there's the Moonlight Shadow. Don't think they're going to be able to clean him up. The snowball comes through. Primal Roar from MSS, and DC once again have turned around a fight. It's not going to go the way for Immortals once more. They continue pushing forward with these counterattacks. And DC, they've been on the winning end of them the last 3 or 4 times. It's a 3,000 net worth lead. Level 5 for Demon, 7 for MSS. Let's take a look at Bulba. He's not even level 5, but it seems like he's just been all over the map to make things happen. It looks like he should be level 6 soon enough, but not yet. Once he does get that hook shot, we'll see him be even more aggressive. Disruption, Soul Catcher, MP forced to use that Stone Gaze. And in the trees is a wild Bulba. There it is. Battery assault with the cogs going to be lifted up. Bulba out of the cogs, but not going to keep alive Dubu. He's dead again. Forev coming over, looking to place a nice Ravage. Qualifier locked in via the shards. There's the snowball. Ravage on top of that Shadow Strike. And it's going to be a kill, but it took everything from Immortals just to get that kill on Qualifier. Demon thought he was going to get out. Ice Shard, Sonic Wave, Mystic Snake, all coming in to get the kill on Demon. Take a look at that fight recap. A bit of gold going the way of Immortals. Demon dying. Qualifier coming back up. They've taken this tier 1 over top. Let's take a look at Mason. Haven't seen too much of him, but he's level 10 and has that 20 damage already. Let's take a look. They are TPing in over bottom. Let's see. Arrow thrown way to the wrong side. Hookshot coming in from Bulba. QO in a bit of trouble. Not a lot of mana trying to get out. Blinks down towards the stairs. And now DC are in the faces of Immortals, but I don't think they quite care. Bulba getting out low. He's got the Moonlight Shadow. Not going to be killed off. He's got 10 health remaining. MSS under the nose of Forev. Let's see if they can get the kill. Stone Gaze is finally there, and DC got to about face and try and run themselves out. Ice Shards will clean up one. They're looking for more. In comes Qualifier. MP in a lot of trouble, surrounded by 3 of these heroes on the side of DC, and he will finally drop. Mason gets the kill. They look over towards Febby on this Tusk. Gets hit with the arrow out of the disruption. They'll clean him up as well. 11-5 in favor of DC. Very nice fight from the side of DC. They take out Quap, they take out Medusa and the Tusk, only losing MSS. Bulba gets out with 10 health. DC again looking to be on the push. QO's here. Shadow Strike, leap away, not disjointing anything. But the chase is not on just yet with 4 heroes setting up over bottom. They've got a deep ward. They already spot this movement coming in from Immortals. DC will retreat off that, and they might look to go in once Moonlight Shadow's back off cooldown, but that is a full minute away. All this is happening. QO just continuing to be a nuisance. All over the map. Let's take a look over bottom. This is a smoke coming through from DC. QO's going to pop that smoke. The rest of the team coming on forward with this Hawk looking to scout something out. Let's see. From all the way bottom, spot Dubu. There's the hook shot. Bulba right in with a perfectly placed hook shot. Dubu in so much trouble. He's going to drop. Ravage comes out on 2. Bulba may finally fall, and it is to Forev. But Forev gets hit with that arrow. Soul Catcher comes out. Forev getting very low. He'll finally drop. He's also with the Demonic Purge. They get the disruption. Snowball to keep Febby alive, but we'll see for how long that works. Got Febby eating a lot of damage. Sonic Wave comes out. Demon might drop, but it's going to be at the life of QO. Demon not dead just yet. Koikfa in to help, and they'll get another one. They'll deny themselves Demon. DC not letting anything out of their grasp. 15-6, DC on the heavily aggressive side. Not letting Immortals run away ever. Let's take a look. Is Koikfa here, level 12, about to be 13. He's got himself the blink, has the boots of travel. Mason, Dragonlance looking to get that Diffusal Blade. Of course, with that 20 damage, has now given up the arrow. Let's take a look. Bulba with that hookshot. He's landed what seems to be all of them so far. And MSS, not level 10 just yet, but has that Necro 1. On the other side for Immortals, actually, let's take a look over mid. They might look to lead with the Snowball, then the arrow. Level 6 for this Tusk, 7 for Dubu, 10 for QO, who took plus 10 strength. They're going to look to go in on Mason. There's the Shadow Strike. I'm not too certain that that hit. It did with the disruption. Coming out anyway. Again, we take a look at Koikfa. Going for the Kaya next. Moonlight Shadow's going to be used. Looking to go in. Bulba looking for that hook shot. Looking to lead the charge for DC. Let's see if they can find anybody. He starts it for a split second. And the smoke comes out from the side of Immortals to come around. Koikfa's continuing to push this lane and TPing right by this tier 2. You're going to spot MSS getting got on. There's the telekinesis with the ice shards. MSS going to use that primal roar. They've got the arrow coming in. Let's see if they're able to clean up anything on the back end. DC now forced to run away. The Shadow Strike, the leap out by Mason. He's already avoiding this fight. Bulba, he's got himself hookshot if he wants to try and get away, but he's just got that TP. And the Sonic Wave is too much damage for him to take on, and he'll finally fall. 2 are dead on the side of DC. Over is Forev, and he's getting chased down by both Mason and Demon. Will finally fall, and now it's a 2-for-1. Immortals continue on to chase DC. Demon trying to TP his way out. And it's a quick one. And he'll be out of harm's way. That's enough for this Kaya. Picked up on the Tinker when Boots of Travel, Blink Dagger, Kaya. Considering the form of MP as the Mask of Madness. He is sitting top of the net worth for the side of Immortals, but you take a look at where Koikfa's at. Almost 3,000 net worth in front of the Medusa. As well as Mason, who's been farming so well with the Dragonlance, went Yasha instead of the Diffusal Blade. Now they come over towards Forev. They're looking for the disruption. Actually, it's just going to be Demonic Purge. But they might look to go in with the disruption. They don't even need it. The Demonic Purge with the hookshot. They kill off one. They're looking for more. Dubu getting low. He'll be the second to fall. Very easy for the side of DC. They have made a global presence here, and they're going to look to take the tier 2 over top. MVP for this matchup, I'd say at least so far, it's gotta be Bulba. What is he? 2, 3, and 10. So he's been involved in all but 6 kills right now. Anybody else involved in more? No. Or, yes, actually. Shadow Demon, 13. So maybe Demon and Bulba combined are your MVPs. They deserve a Mercedes. A little split one. Almost a 10,000 net worth lead here for DC. They don't time that arrow right. QO is going to be able to really blink out of there without any harm. So DC, all they need to do is really keep on the pressure. Clockwork going for that Spirit Vessel. Not too far off of that, but if they could keep the pressure and continue to shut down MP, not too sure Immortals will really have much of an answer. You take a look at QO, he's got himself almost an Orchid. MP, despite being top of the network, now looking for that Scott. He has the Yasha Mask of Madness. I'm not too sure that's going to be enough. So there's a smoke available on Dubu, but now they've got this Invis rune for Forev. Let's see if they're able to use it with the Blink Dagger, get a big time Ravage, but not all 5 of these heroes are really sticking together for the side of DC. You've got Koikfa, who's over top with MSS. MP in a lot of trouble, not enough mana to really maintain that shield, and Koikfa knows that. He moves in even further, laser rockets, dead you are, and they will kill off this Medusa again. 19-8, 10,000 net worth lead here for the side of DC. And really, with no answer right now, is Immortals. They just got to try and buy their time right now. Look to keep farming, but when you get picked off and Medusa drops time and time again, 0-4 and 6. Really, the hopes of making this to the late game are not too high. And now DC are going to go after this first Roche. Smoke is out from Immortals, but it's just too slow. Not going to be there in time. Mason picks up the Aegis. They've got the haste. They could take a big fight potentially here on the side of Immortals. The Observer Ward is there. Arrow ends up splitting the seams, but DC, with this Aegis, they could look to pressure even more. There's Moonlight Shadow, but Dubu, he's already been spotted. Leaping in is going to be Mason, and now the snowball is out, but let's see if that's even enough. The hook shot again, Bulba! He lands him time and time again. Dubu, he's going to get low. They look towards Febby. The arrow going to go in between all these teammates of Immortals, and they'll clean up to dominating his Koikfa. And again, they send Immortals back to their base. I don't think Bulba's missed a hook shot. Guy is a legend right now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So they're looking to push over mid. SS on QO over top, okay. Not sure if that was with the help of Koikfa. Doesn't seem to be. Again, MP might be in a bit of trouble. Luckily enough for him, the hook shot's on cooldown. They continue on forward. There's the telekinesis onto Mason. Immortals back up the stairs with their tails between their legs, and there's nowhere for them to go. $14,000 net worth lead and little to no answer for the side of Immortals. And what did DC do? How do they open up the map? Seems like down so much, it comes to making a last-ditch effort. 5v5 fight. Trying to land a nice Ravage, a nice Stone Gaze. Look for something with the Queen of Pain, Sonic Wave over the top, but it's just going to be tough with how far ahead DC are. So, smoked up is DC, Bulba, Mason, Demon, all coming through this mid lane. Meanwhile, 5 heroes over top for Immortals. Let's see if it's Bulba who leads the way, leads the charge, looks for the hook shot, and I finally zoom all the way out to see him land one, and he misses. Ah, Bulba. Make me sad sometimes. So let's see. Take a look. Queen of Pain looking for the BKB. Medusa close to a Lincoln Sphere. Tidehunter going for the Force Staff. See if that helps him out a bit with the Blink Dagger already picked up. Blink Dagger for Tusk, and then Rubik not much other than boots. For the other side, DC, Koikfa with the Ags, Kaya, Boots of Travel, Blink Dagger. Nothing really standing in his way, 8-1. Bulba, Moonlight Shadow, arrow comes through, not going to land on anybody again. Immortals back up the stairs. MSS, he's got that Necro 3, Blink Dagger, Boots of Travel of his own, so they can both pretty much push him and Koikfa. Mason with the Dragon Lance, Manta style, Diffusal Blade finished and on its way soon enough. But you just watch, you continue to watch, as they just aren't passing this point on the stairs. They really don't want to go out too far. Immortals are pretty much tied into their base while DC farm the rest of the map. And this net worth lead that DC has is only going to get bigger the less Immortals are able to farm. So again, I implore to Immortals, what do you do in a spot like this? Is there anything you can do? Down 8-22, 17,000 net worth. The farm and the items just continuing to come for DC. So let's take a look. Gonna farm these next couple of items. MSS here, Necro. Yeah, Necro 2. I thought that was Necro 3 the whole time. Look at me not knowing my colors. Just continues to push, and that does help with Call of the Wild. You've got yourself a Centaur just pushing with your boar, pushing with you and your Necro creeps. MP here to clean up. But again, how far is he going to go before he turns around and DC look to jump in on some prey? Bulba setting up again. Can we see it? The hook shot. Bulba on the wing. Sentry Ward's there. He's going to be spotted out. He's looking for the hook shot. He misses again. You take a look. MP going to be dove on by the Shadow Demon. Bulba might be in a little bit of trouble as the Ravage comes out onto 2 heroes, but Koikfa's here. The Stone Gaze out from MP. Bulba trying to run away, but he's locked in thanks to those ice shards. Koikfa just throwing rockets and lasers and rockets and lasers, and it looks like a fireworks show thanks to Koikfa. And it pushes Immortals all the way back. No Queen of Pain, no Rubik. And looking to push is going to be DC. Again, too much pressure as I zoom out for both. But there goes the tier 3, thanks to Mason, thanks to the team fight that they just took, and the push that comes in from MSS. MP might actually be in a little bit of trouble. They're forced to use that snowball. They come in towards these creeps. Koikfa comes in with the Boots of Travel onto the Hawk. He's continuing on forward. For Rev is going to be deleted. The lasers. They can remove tattoos, they can remove heroes, and that's just what Koikfa does with that Tinker, as they've grabbed this tier 3 and they continue to harass Immortals inside their base. 25-9, Immortals still corralled. Asking, when can we leave? Over bottom, Dubu coming out with QO, Febby, and MP. Have to see how well they're able to really farm, if at all. Medusa not really able to make anything happen. DC just overwhelming over Immortals. We've got Qualifier now here with the Hex. Practically 6 slotted, and it needs to, you know, replace that Soul Ring, but other than that, looking pretty good. The farm and the push, and the farm and the push. Just there for DC, while Immortals, they push out a creep wave as 5. And then they come back. They're just trying to secure farm for MP, hopefully get that Scotty, and really just look to survive another day, but it's very tough. And now with the Roche up, Aegis is going to be back in the hands of DC, looking to push this base even more on Immortals. Laser, Qualifier. Just helping out from outside the Roche pit. Mason grabs the Aegis back to base to regen up. Qualifier will be back soon. DC. See what they're able to do now that they've got this Aegis. If they look for that final push up, 25,000 net worth. Do a little dewarding first, because 100 gold's 100 gold. Well, again, smoked up and in the trees are Immortals. They're hoping to catch out maybe Qualifier, who will TP over bottom. But oh no, it looks to be just Bulba. All by his lonesome. 4 heroes here. There's the Walrus Punch with the telekinesis. The Ice Shards come out, and an easy kill for Immortals. And now TP back to their base. Bulba, wrong place, wrong time, and dead for 40 seconds without that buyback. So let's take a look around the horn. Mason, 12% spell amp, 100 leap attack speed, has that Diffusal Blade, Maelstrom, Dragonlance, Manta. Over on Qualifier, has he replaced that Soul Ring yet? No. And then MSS, level 3 on that Necrobook, going for the AC next. And again, still has that Blink Dagger. For the other side, has Medusa made any headway through on this Scotty? It's actually at 5,200 gold. We'll have to see if MP goes fully out for the Scotty. And then QO, BKB finally finished off, has the Orchid, no buyback, and it will be a Scotty in full. So will this be enough for Immortals to hold? It's a 25,000 net worth lead for the side of DC, and a full Mjolnir finished off for Mason. Doesn't look like they're going to let their foot off the gas anytime soon. They are looking to push this bottom tier 3. Febby with the shards, with the Walrus Punch. That's actually going to lock in Mason for just a moment. There's the Mystic Snake. Disruption to keep Mason okay. MP just looking to defend as Qualifier just about out of mana. Rockets and lasers, rockets and lasers. End up losing that tier 3. Nothing coming out from either side just yet. No big time fight, no big time defense coming out from Immortals. But DC not really given that chance. They just continue to keep Qualifier on the outside throwing these rockets and lasers. And Immortals can't really fight into that. Be an all or nothing play. They'd have to land a big time Ravage, and it really is one and done. Mason, gotta watch out. MP Does hit pretty hard. So there's Demon, pops the Lincolns with the disruption. Arrow lined up, but not going to land. They still try to continue to come in. It's going to be a Ravage on the entire side of DC. Here comes the Snowball with the Sonic Wave over the top. Bulba's going to get a two-man hook shot. Qualifier getting very low with the Moonlight Shadow. It's not going to be able to survive. Medusa's going to buy back after dropping. You've got the rest of DC coming on in for Rev, looking to get a kill, but it's going to be the disruption to keep him alive for a little bit longer. Qualifier, he's made his way in. He's got the Hex on it for Rev. 2 are already dead. Medusa's already bought back, and that's going to be 3 down. They look for more. They look to kill off MP. He's trying to run back to his base. The buyback from both the Tusk, from the Tidehunter as well, but he does not have the Ravage. They pop this Aegis on Mason. He'll be back 2-1 alive. DC, they're looking to reset and posture up again on this bottom set of racks. Ends up being a decent hold, I'd say, in terms of not losing the bottom set of racks for the side of Immortals. Ended up buying back 3 heroes, so they're not netting any gold, but they hold for a little bit longer, and with a buyback from MP, one more fight with DC, and that could be it. Just a huge net worth lead where DC, despite having it, are playing this game very safe. Coming over with the smoke. MP, if he dies again, that's all but GG. The X is going to come through from Quick, but they got the Primal Roar. Bulba hits that hook shot, and Cog's up too. Meanwhile, Ferev's killed thanks to Mason. The Stone Gaze comes through from MP, but I don't know how much that's going to do. You've got the disruption. There goes the Stone Gaze. There goes MP. Double kill for Mason, and it is looking very bad for the side of Immortals, and with that, they'll call GG. 4 die. DC take game 1, just 37 minutes in. So again, like I said, Digital Chaos had to really be aggressive the entire game, and they never even stopped. They just kept moving forward, kept putting the aggression onto Immortals, and they never really had the answer. They only got 12 kills in that game, 33 for DC, up about 30,000 net worth. 14-0 for Mason. Quakefa 10-2-13. Second on that net worth. And then followed by MSS. So the 3 cores lead the way in terms of net worth for Digital Chaos. They take game 1, and they're looking to go to the finals against VGJ Storm with 1 more win. So we'll have to see if DC can do it, or if Immortals get back to the drawing board and win game 2 and force out a game 3. We'll be back in just a moment. I'm your caster, BCop, here at BCop92 on Twitter. That's BKOP92. Tell me how I'm doing, good, bad, all criticism I'll take. And we'll be back in just a moment.